welcome with this interview. Can you maybe introduce yourself a little bit?
Yes, I'm Katja Heeren. I'm a wedding planner, 31 years old. I'm married. I have 2 children.
Well, let's start with the questions. First, why did you choose this job?
I already worked in the branch of organization and planning in a bigger company. And I wanted to do something for myself. And I really love the wedding industry. I really love the happy people and the lovely feasts. And that's the reason I chose to start a business for my own. Yeah, in the wedding organization. Yeah.
So you can say you love what do you love the most about wedding planner? You make people happy and
yes,
organization.
It's a big responsibility because it's one day and it has to be perfect. It is one of the biggest days in a lifetime of a couple. They're starting their life together, so it has to be a really big, nice party, and they have to be happy and all the guests. So that's a really big responsibility, but I really love it when I nail it, when it's perfect and everybody say, "Oh, I'm so happy and thank you," and it's really a boost for my own. You get it.
So the other organization, I think a lot of stress come with that.
Yes.
Or it's one day, so it has to be perfect. And how do you deal with all the stress?
Yes. I'm really organized. I really make deadlines and I know what to do, when to do it. So that's really important to get it out of your system, the stress, to organize very well and to get a structure and to have a helicopter view that you can oversee all your tasks, when to do, when to do. That's really important to make it easy for yourself.
Yeah, so you can see all your tasks.
Yeah, you make a big book with all the things you have to do, with the dates. Then it has to be done.
Yes.
And, you go work everything.
So you work one by one. You say sort of.
Yeah, a little bit. In the beginning, you start with, of course, making the book with everything in it and planning. And then you can say for yourself, in 3 months I have to do this, in 2 months I have to do that. So it's more things together, but because you're so organized and structured, it's just, you can pick out this now and that tomorrow. And, Yeah.
And you have your own business. On your previous job, you had a team around you. Is that also now, or do you all of it by yourself?
I do everything by myself. I started in May of 2016, so it's half a year that I'm working in my own business. And I'm focused on really small weddings. So I'm more like a advisor now, but sometimes when you get a bigger party, I have my network, my connections, and sometimes with other wedding planners you can contact and ask them for help. If it's a big wedding and you have 200 guests, then you can ask a colleague in the business for, can you help me that day to get everything done. So that's also possible, but at first I work alone. Yes.
And what do you do when the client or a couple doesn't like the outcome and they want to change some things last minute?
They are it's their day, so it has to be wonderful at their day. So you start running for making everything wonderful. Yeah, of course, you have a lot of contact moments. So I don't think it will happen much. This kind of things that at last minute everything has to be different. It's very important to have a very good relationship with couples. And a lot of contact moments by telephone or email or Skype, that the communication is clear and that they know what they can expect of you, and you know what you can expect of them. Yeah, that it, from the start it's clear what the day will look like. But there's always last minute, I want to have pigeons on my wedding. So okay, you can call someone.
It's not, it's for all the contact hours, you don't really come for surprises, really.
It's the most important, is to have good relationships. It's their day, so you have to make sure that it's their day. That you don't plan your own wedding, but you plan the wedding of the couple. So you always have to make the good relationship and always stay in touch. Yes.
And what do you think is the hardest thing you have to do in the process?
The day itself is the most, not the hardest, but it's most of the time it's a really long day. It's the most rewarding day, but also the most tiring day. Yeah.
And how did you start your own business, and how did you get to this point?
Yeah, it's a really young business, so it's not very far. I worked already 5 years in the organization branch, so I knew what my strong points are, what I can do best. And I started with talking with my husband about it, and then I wrote a business paper. What I want to do, how I want to do it, how I see myself in 5 years. Just to make clear that it's doable. I don't need a lot to start with, just myself and my input. But it is very important to build a network, and people have to know you and talk about you. So the start is very difficult because you have to get into the business. Yeah.
And how did you do that in the beginning? Like set up a network and knowing people and people knowing about you?
Yeah, still it's always a day job to make your network bigger. One good way is LinkedIn. And when you meet people who you think, that's maybe someone I can work with, I always make an appointment to do coffee, to know each other, to have conversation. And if there is a click, you can help each other out. And I'm also a member of the Nederlandse trouwbrancheorganisatie. It's the big branch organization for wedding people who are working in the wedding branch, and they have every month they come together to have drinks and to talk with each other, and so you meet a lot of people more and more, and then you can build relationships. Yeah, it's a big process, and it's going slow, but you have to make a lot of effort for it.
So it's really important to really know people and have a good connection.
Yes, and to build on it.
What does a normal day in your life look like? You don't have to go to work because it's at home. But what do you do exactly?
It's a lot working on the network. But when I have a wedding, when I'm working with a couple together, then I'm working on the book, making the reservations, looking for locations, tips for the style of the wedding. But I also visit a lot of marriage events, like the Love and Marriage beurs. And you're always working on the latest fashion tips in the wedding branch. You have to do a lot of input. You have to give a lot, and then you can take a little bit back. So and when you make when everybody knows you at the end, then it's easier because people come to you. But in the beginning, for me now, I have to get outside and
people have to know you first. And have you ever had a couple who only have their own vision and it's kind of out of the league?
Yes, of course. It's when you work with someone, you have to have a connection, and you meet more couples than you do weddings.
Yeah.
Because the couples are also looking for someone with a connection, and I think it's important when you do a wedding. You don't do weddings you don't want to do.
Yes.
If you're not 100% happy about it, it will not be a good wedding.
And it's also kind of against you, I think, then.
Yeah, and there will be another wedding planner who is better in that kind of wedding.
And that was the last question.
Okay.
I think it's really lovely conversation.
Okay, thank you very much.
I've learned a lot about you and the business.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nou, graag gedaan.